It's Alan again, students. In order to perform immunohematologic testing on patient samples, they have to be washed to clear them of any hemolysis or any fibrin strands or other extraneous materials. In order to do that, we're going to have to introduce you to our great friend, the centrifuge. Our centrifuges are designed with your safety in mind. You cannot open this type of centrifuge while it is spinning at very high rates of speed, something in the neighborhood of about 3,300 RPM. So that you don't get hurt, there's an interlock. Whenever it's spinning, you cannot open it. Once the spinning has stopped, it will open for you. Can I demonstrate for a moment? You would set the time with the buttons on the left, and you would press the start button. And if it's a good centrifuge, it's quite silent. A little note, there is a brake on it, and that is a button that we'd like you all to set on your centrifuges, because otherwise it takes a considerable amount of time for it to stop. Now, for washing, while that is running, you would take an aliquot of your patient's sample after you have properly labeled it with the identification from the patient. In this case, it is W2040. Identification is the most important thing you can do. That sound is the sound of the centrifuge stopping and unlocking for your purposes. I don't know if you've seen these in other classes, but this is a one-piece pipette. Try to hold it between these two fingers for control and between your thumb and forefinger for suction. Dispose of a used pipette in a disposable bucket and add saline for washing purposes. Here's your squeeze bottle. The most important part about this laboratory and this bottle is that you must never touch the tip to the interior of your test modality, because this can become contaminated and ruin everything else that you're doing. You will need to learn, and it'll take a few minutes, to spray from above the tube, fill to within approximately, I'd say, a centimeter or two of the top. There is, we're missing what I need. We're not using parafilm. If you want to mix, you may use the pipette to do so. Then you can place it in the centrifuge. Everything in your centrifuge needs to be balanced. No balance will mean possible injury, a mess, and restarting all of your testing. There will be in your manual a listing of the kinds of balances you can perform depending upon the number of tests that you have. For washing purposes, 60 seconds or 1 minute is required. Press start. And then, of course, I have to sit here on camera and wait for 60 seconds.